day 2.
And my thingy doesn't get on anymore, so.
Excited to learn. Excited to be here again.
Already went ahead.
Me?
Yep.
Yeah, I came early.
What are you looking forward to most?
Corn pit.
The corn pit.
Yeah. Mom, have you gotten footage of the corn pit?
No footage.
We need to go. We're gonna go get footage of the corn pit. It's the best. And we're also gonna get footage of
We got our priorities straight with this Homestead Festival today. Got Cammy K.
Look, there's a shoe.
Oh, you're not allowed.
Beautiful weather. Try to see if we can make it through. The Homesteading Festival at Hardison Mill. I wanted to kind of put some thoughts together about the event, and gosh, it was, I guess, really encouraging for me to go this year, and just with a new heart posture around our homestead and like an intentionality around being a student and embracing the work and really creating this vision for what we could create for our family, but also you know, for our community and as a business and as a contribution to those around us with our homestead. And what I found from this Homestead Festival, and you know, actually this might be really great feedback for somebody considering going, is we're doing the thing. Like, we are the minority, Thomas and I, our family, in that we have the property, we have the animals, we have the land laid out, we have a certain amount of production that is already happening and in place. You know, we're short the marketing side, we're short the business, we're short like the, you know, I mean, we have some income from our homestead, but like if we were to go in that direction, and I did take some classes that I think will help serve me in that capacity, but it was interesting. I would say probably 90% of the people attending the Homestead Festival maybe just have the land or even have the desire to have a homestead and don't actually even have that yet. And again, this is not being critical, just an observation of how far along Thomas and I actually are. You know, I feel sometimes like we are just grasping at straws and we're so far behind, and like there's so much more potential that this land could bring. And although all of that is true, it's easy to get focused on what we haven't done and where we haven't gone yet and not recognize what we have accomplished and what we do and what is already in place. And so that was probably my biggest takeaway, was just like so much of, again, probably 90% of the 6 or 7 classes that I went to, about 90% of the content was directed towards someone years behind me, which was helpful. And I could reflect on, oh, I wish I would have known that, we would have done this different, or I can agree that is learning the hard way, or yes, you know, pigs are challenging. Like somebody made a joke about, you know, if you think you know your husband until you move pigs together. And that is the truth, folks. And I laughed and texted Thomas that. So there was a lot of reflection on what we did. And if I would have known that, maybe I would have done something different and all of that. But really, it was just a realization that we really are quite far. And that's great. That's really encouraging. And there's just a few pieces we can put in place. And I did attend some really important classes in regards to that and what we need to do to move forward. And I say monetize, that feels like a really specific word, but you know, start to make this into a lifestyle more than it is a monetized lifestyle, let's say, where we're actually producing goods for people, because there certainly is a market. There's obviously a desire for people to want to homestead, to want to control their food sources, and we're already very close to that. So I was excited and encouraged by that. And if you are thinking of coming to the Homestead Festival, actually somebody asked me just yesterday, you know, is anybody invited to come to the Homestead Festival? Do you have to have a homestead? And I laughed and was like, well, I think I was like one of the few who already have a homestead who was at the Homestead Festival. So I think you'd be in good company if you only so far have the desire and the heart to have a homestead. you would be in good company. Now, I will say, if you do have a homestead, perhaps if the classes are not necessarily up your alley, the vendors they were very up our alley in terms of what would be useful for us. You know, we learned a lot from the various tents and booths that we went to, and you saw that in the video yesterday. So that was really beneficial and useful to kind of see what other homesteaders are doing and what tools they use and how to turn our plants and things on the farm into food, some of the machinery that is going to be required. So that's my take. That's my review of the Homestead Festival. I was glad to have gone. I learned a bunch, even though a lot of it was just reflecting on what we could have done differently and what we should do differently in the future. And I look forward to seeing y'all there next year. It's a pond.
It feels really good. It feels like a weight blanket. I don't want it.
Oh.
That's a lot of corn.
Okay, emerge.